teachers, educators, but also experts offer their contributions to define useful methodologies and practices for green education. Maybe that the Climate Coalition community can help them to accomplish this task.
I hope so. So that's something. When the Green Deal was written, and when then the European education area was the communication on the European education area was provided, was the idea, as a matter of fact, to develop education for climate coalition. So we have been now working for 3 years on co-designing with people like you, with academics, with researchers, with teachers, with students, with people coming from NGOs, associations, with scientists, a community of practice with the Joint Research Center of the European Commission, where I work, which is, to make it short, the scientific department, if you want, of the European Commission, where you have researchers and experts who are developing science to back up and support the European policies. And we do that together with the DG, of course, the Director General in charge of education, which is the DG EAC. And it was a very interesting journey, I must say, because it's something which is new. You said before, I understood, Camilla, that you were saying that, as a matter of fact, I mean, the European Commission, of course, is used to propose financial tools. That's something you are used as an academic, Erasmus, Horizon project you apply to. But the idea that we offer also something which is not a policy, not a rule, not a framework, not a financial scheme, but a community of practice, something which is rather new. And the idea behind that is precisely the fact, as you said before, that we need to cooperate more than ever. So the idea is, but that's something you use too as researchers and academics, but it's maybe less the case at other level of education in secondary and primary. We need to work together. It's as simple as that. We come from different horizons, from different cultural background. We have values on different education, on training landscapes, on organizations, ways of doing things. But as we are facing, as I said before, the same challenges at the same moment, we need to engage in a conversation, but it is more than a conversation. First, a conversation, of course, because we need to share information and ideas, but even more, to try to co-create solutions together. And there, a community of practice can be a very interesting tool, which is in a way also a new way of maybe considering policy-making process, where you have also people involved in designing and implementing policy, but are meeting practitioners acting on the ground. And we need both of these people to design policies that have a greater impact and are more efficient in a way. So the Education for Climate Coalition, in a nutshell, is that. We've got a tagline. We used to say that this is the European participatory community to support teaching and learning for the green transition and sustainable development. That being said, and you see behind me the online collaborative platform we use, it's a place, it's a community, but it's not a place precisely. It's a community of people. This is what it is about, of individuals who decide to join the community on an individual basis. So the first thing here, to make it very clear, is that if you're coming from Europe, and of course the majority is coming from Europe, which is absolutely normal, because as a European Commission, we offer and support first a tool for Europeans. But if you come from another country, you're welcome. And we engage we were using, of course, a tool, but I mean, it's important to keep in mind that the tool is a tool. So the community is not limited, of course, to that tool, but we need a tool, and we have an online collaborative platform where we can meet and engage and share all what you want. And you're welcome, because it's about really empowering people. So we are not there to do what we're going to tell them to do. I mean, this is your community, and you make what you want out of it. So you can share events, share projects or whatever, but you can also engage in co-creation processes. We call it community challenges. Another thing we do, and we believe in, is that we don't limit ourselves, of course, to the exchange of the platform. We meet the community members on a very frequent basis, so as to be able to shed light on various projects and to engage based on then to share, of course, ideas and get inspired by what's happening in the various countries. Let me tell you that at the moment, in terms of green education, I've started to work 3 years ago on that project, and I was arriving in a landscape that was already complex, certainly, but I'm impressed to see how many projects were born just during that period. Meaning that there's a sort of explosion, and that was clearly the case following the pandemic, an explosion of initiatives and proposals in all the member states. And now the landscape is super complex. So it's also very important to map out what's existing out there, because most of the case, one of the worst difficulty in a way is for people to know what's happening, even sometimes for national administration, I must say, because also because the teachers sometimes are not even sharing what they're doing. So it's amazing, really, to see the level of innovation and inventivity there is, and we need, so more than ever again, to look what's happening and to try to use, of course, and to select the best practices. So this is what we're doing. So let's take an example. You want to develop a MOOC at Politecnico, you will do that, of course, but you might, in the development of your tool, for instance, need a support. You're seeking for support because you want to test something, or maybe you tell yourself, I don't know why, but you would be very much interested to try to test it in Spain or whatever. I mean, such a community can give you that possibility of a sort of transnational cooperation around a common goal, which is supporting and developing, strengthening our capacities in green learning and teaching.